Hi, I'm Teresa the Traveler, and today I'm visiting a kangaroo farm in Winfield. Hello.
I've had this farm here with kangaroos on it for about 22 years, but we've only been open to the public since this spring.
So you have an accent. Are you from Australia?
No, everybody assumes that, but I'm actually English and I've never been to Australia.
So what gave you the idea to raise kangaroos?
It actually wasn't my idea. A friend of mine wanted to rescue some kangaroos, and this was more than 20 years ago, out of New Zealand. Back then, New Zealand had a program called the Eradication of Non-Native Species. For years and years, people living in New Zealand had this kind of mania for importing all kinds of different animals from all over the world. And one of the non-native species they brought in was the kangaroo and wallaby. Eventually, they noticed that some of the species they had imported were having an impact on their native fauna and flora, and they decided to get rid of them. And most of the kangaroos and wallabies on New Zealand were either shot or poisoned over that period of time. But a few of them were deported to countries that were willing to accept them. And 10 of those, with the cooperation of Agriculture Canada, came here.
Apparently these kangaroos are very interested in potato chips. Or is it corn chips?
They're corn chips, and we chose corn chips because corn is a component of the horse feed they get a lot of anyway.
Okay, so I'm going to give this little one here a chip. Do you want a chip? Just teasing. Oh yeah. Okay, you know?
Oh. Yeah, she's telling you I'm going to bite you if you keep that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cute. So do you breed the kangaroos here?
Yeah, I do. I think this year we had a total of 3 joeys here. We've been keeping most of the joeys that we breed. We had a bit of a setback a few years ago where a few animals were killed by a big cat, so we've been recovering from that. But probably by next year we may have a few joeys for sale. In the past we've sold them to zoos and game farms, not just here but in the States, Mexico and in Europe.
Yeah, tell me about Kato.
Kato is our only male now. We did have 2, but his predecessor recently died at the age of 28. He's not fully grown yet. He's going to eventually get the same size as me. But it's going to take him another 4 years to get there. Seem to be very concerned about the youngsters, and they'll often follow the youngest animal in the pen around and hang out with them.
So this one is a baby, the little one here?
Yes, she is. She's not very old.
You can feed her, but don't try and pet her, she nips.
How do they survive the winter? Do they stay outside?
Yeah, they are very hardy. They grow a winter coat, and they get quite shaggy. And they spend more time in their feeding watering stations than as it gets colder and colder.
Okay, it's dinner time, lunchtime. What's this little albino's name?
Irwin.
Irwin. Hi, Irwin.
I don't think I've ever seen a white kangaroo before. Nice cute on it.
There are a few kicking around North America, but they aren't that common.
Oh wow.
And what's this little dude's name?
This one is called Dingo.
How old is Dingo?
7.5 months altogether. He's 6 days out of his pouch.
He's sucking his thumb. That's too cute.
I'm trying to eat the hay.
Thank you.
Okay, don't then.
Now, listen, I'm not sure if we get we'll just see. Just camera button.
I love kangaroos.
Mom,
So what is your hours of operation?
Right now in September we're going from 9 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's usually still people here until about 2:30, but the gates close at 2. In October we're planning on opening a little later because we're noticing less and less people are turning up first thing. So it'll be from about 10 until 2. And then,
Are you open year round?
No, we'll be closing October the 31st. And then after that, we'll probably just take joeys out to schools and retirement homes and that kind of thing. I'm not sure when we'll be starting back up again in the spring. It really depends on what the weather is like, but probably sometime in April at the very earliest.
Okay. To find out more information, where do people look?
The best place is the website at kangaroocreekfarm.com, or they can also check the recording at 250-766-4823.
And how much is admission?
Everything here is by donation.
So come on out to Winfield and pet a kangaroo. The look on her face is so adorable.
Yeah.